Yo, what's good YouTube? Back again with another video, and today we're looking at my DeathAdder V3 scroll wheel. If you've watched my channel before, you might have seen this clip. It's just no secret that the DeathAdder V3 just has a terrible scroll wheel. I don't know what they're doing. This is pretty late, and I know a lot of people already have videos like this, but I'm going to show you in a bit more detail because I use those videos, and I'm going to improve it a bit. So this is obviously going to take soldering to complete, so I just want to go ahead and tell you guys to solder in a well-ventilated area. So yeah, always be safe. You can just buy a basic soldering kit. I'll leave a link up in the description for one that I recommend. Okay, so just voicing over, obviously going to remove the skates. And then you have Torx screws, SD6. So I'm using a card to open the tabs on the side of the mouse that keep it closed. There's one exactly where you saw me just open it, and then there's one on the other side, and there's two on the front side. So you're kind of sliding the base of the mouse back and towards you and opening it from the rear. You want to be careful though, because as soon as you open it, there is a ribbon cable connected to the LED where the battery indicator is, the battery and power. I'm going to go ahead and unscrew everything. Then you're going to unclip the battery. Now you want to take out the PCB, but I'm going to show you here that there are two clips on the front for the PCB. So you're kind of sliding it up and back. Taking out the scroll wheel, and then obviously you see the side switches dangling. You can just go ahead and remove the ribbon cable. So that's to the side. I'm taking out the clicks here as well. They're Razer opticals or Razer's proprietary. Basically all you need to know is these are clipped onto the PCB, not soldered on, so you can just pull them off, and that makes it a lot easier for us to get the encoder out. As for the encoder, you can see the triple pin and then the two large pins, so 5 pins total. You want to cut these out. I use a piece of tape to hold them down. So I'm snipping it into a piece of tape. I did do that off camera, or you can use a trash can and clip them into a trash can. Here I'm using solder sucker on the bottom. Here's adding some solder and then using the solder sucker again. Basically, you just want to get as much solder out as you can on all these pins. You should be able to get the 3 small pins cleanly, but you can't really get the big pins cleanly. But this doesn't matter, as I'll show you, because you're going to cut off the encoder anyways. As you can see, all you have to do is snip the 2 big ones because you got the 3 little ones cleanly, and then you just wiggle it out just like this. Then you can just grab them with tweezers, the big pins that are left over, take them out. There's some solder left over, so you're going to have to heat that up and suck it out again. Here I'm kind of like heating it from the top and then sucking out from the bottom, pause. But you can go ahead and set it up sideways. You can see it's cleanly done. Try not to leave the solder on the sockets for too long. And then all you have to do is wiggle in the new encoder. That is a TTC Gold Dustproof. You can use any encoder you want, just make sure it's dustproof, and 15mm for the DeathAdder V3 Pro. Here's soldering it. I know my hand's covering it, so my bad on some of these parts, but soldering is obviously way easier than desoldering. You just want to make sure that the encoder's in properly. And the point of the big pins are to clamp it down to the bottom, so you don't have to really worry about it. So as you can see, I'm kind of like touching it, and as soon as it melts, I'm getting off. Just like tapping, tap, tap, tap. That's because less is more. You want to have clean solder joints. When you're done, look at how clean my joints are. You do need a bit more for the big parts, but you'll get the feel of it very quickly. You do want to clean it with alcohol, but I did such a clean job that I didn't. Putting the mouse back together, you want to obviously put the side buttons, ribbon cable back in, pop the mouse back in, remember the clamps up front for the PCB, plug the battery back in, plug the power LED ribbon back in, and then start from the front of the mouse, obviously, because those where the clamps are. And then pop everything back in and put your skates in. Okay, back on the desk setup, and here is the DeathAdder V3 Pro. And here's the moment of truth. The tester is in the window. As you can see, back in business, no misinputs. Middle click still works as well, so this is successful. I highly recommend learning how to do this if you have a DeathAdder V3 Pro or any mouse for that matter where the scroll wheel fails. Feels like nowadays, now that we have optical clicks, the biggest point of failure of gaming wise tends to be the scroll wheel because those are still mechanical. With the exception of Zowie, I think the only brand really using optical scroll wheels. If you're still not confident, go ahead and DM me on Twitter. We can maybe work something out, work a deal out if you want to send me your mouse with a faulty scroll wheel and I can get it fixed for you with payment for the work time and the materials needed. But yeah, quick one, hopefully. Thanks for watching.